Hello students, ngasigi online class asida 6th semester MLT gi topic Leishmania donovani hariba parasite asi the discussion tausi. Leishmania donovani hariba parasite asi obligate intracellular hemoflagellates ni. Haibadi they have flagella and they live in blood. Okay. Masigi parasite asi two different scientists ko Leishman amasung Donovan na reportory at the same time. In the honor of their discovery, the parasite is named as Leishmania donovani. Masigi organism asina kala ajar, dum fever or visceral leishmaniasis high na khangnaba disease asi cause tawi. Donovani gi life cycle asi two host complete oi. Number 1 the mammalian host including human being and the dog being a reservoir. Number 2 the female sandfly or Phlebotomus argentypes. Let's come to morphology. Sigi organism asigi morphology ani lay. Okay. Amastigoid form haibama and promastigoid form haibama. Let's see the amastigoid form. Amastigoid form has the aflagellar stage of parasite ni. Madudi masigi form si the flagella yaude and they are found inside the macrophages, monocytes and endothelial cells. They are small, round to oval in shape, measuring about 2 to 3 micrometer. They have a single nucleus and a rod-shaped kinetoplast. The exonium arises from the kinetoplast and extends to the margin of the body. Vacuoles and basal bodies are also present alongside the exoniums. Amastigoid form, they divide by simple binary fission inside the cell. Next, the promastigoid form. Promastigoid form has a digestive tract of female sandfly the fungi. They are long, slender and spindle in shape. Okay. They have a single nucleus which is situated centrally. They also have rod-shaped kinetoplast, vacuole, basal body and a long, slender, delicate flagella. These promastigoids multiply inside the sandfly by transverse binary fission. Let's come to life cycle of Leishmania donovani. As we all know that Leishmania donovani has two hosts, that is mammalian host and female sandfly. When the female sandfly take a blood meal, they deposit the promastigoid form on the punctured wound. This promastigoid form get attached to the macrophages and are phagocytosed by them. Inside the macrophages, they multiply by simple binary fission. As they multiply, the macrophage cells enlarge and rupture with the release of large number of amastigoids. These free amastigoids are taken up by the female sandfly in their blood meal. When these amastigoids reach the midgut of the sandfly, they are transformed into promastigoid form, where they multiply by binary fission. These promastigoids then migrate to the pharynx and buccal cavity of the sandfly. When the sandfly take another blood meal, this promastigoid form deposit on the punctured wound. Let's come to pathogenesis. Pathogenesis. It is transmitted by the bite of the female sandfly. It may also transmitted by blood transfusion, congenital infection, or accidental inoculation in the lab. After the inoculation, the promastigoids are deposited on the punctured wound, whereby they bind to the macrophages. The sandfly also liberates some biologically active substance that partially deactivate macrophages. Thus, when the macrophages engulf the promastigoids, they are not killed. The parasitized macrophages disseminate the infection to all parts of the body, reaching the spleen, liver and the bone marrow. In the spleen, they multiply there and the spleen get enlarged, which leads to splenomegaly. In the liver, the Kupffer cells increase in size and number, leading to hepatomegaly. In bone marrow, the parasitized macrophages replace the normal hemopoietic stem cells. This proliferation and destruction of reticuloendothelial cells is the characteristic features of visceral leishmaniasis. Let's come to clinical manifestation. The incubation periods varies from 3 to 6 months. This Brazilian leishmaniasis is characterized by fever, splenomegaly, hepatomegaly and jaundice, lymphadenopathy, anemia, thrombocytopenia, skin lesions. These skin lesions, they are present in whole body, which are dry, rough and darkly pigmented. 10% of the patients who have recovered from this leishmania develop post-Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis after 1 or 2 years of the infection. This is characterized by deep pigmented macules on the trunk and extremities, erythematous rashes on the nose, chin and cheek, and yellowish pink nodules which are painless and soft. Let's come to laboratory diagnosis. As we all know, for laboratory diagnosis, we need specimen. Specimen, peripheral blood, splenic aspiration, liver aspiration, bone marrow, and lymph node aspiration or biopsy can be taken as a specimen. The first step in the laboratory diagnosis is microscopy. It is done by making a smear. For blood specimen, thick or thin smear can be made and stained with Giemsa or Leishman stain. Amastigoid form or LD bodies can be seen within the macrophages. This is the picture of amastigoid form seen inside the macrophages. Next, culture. It is done by diluting 1 to 2 ml of blood in 10 ml of citrated saline solution. This solution are allowed to cool down at 22 degrees Celsius or can be centrifuged. The cellular deposit is then inoculated to NNN medium, that is Novi-McNeil-Nicoll medium, and incubated at 22 degrees Celsius for 1 to 4 weeks. At the end of each week, a drop of condensation is taken and examined for the presence of promastigoid form. This is the microscopic structure of promastigoid form from the culture. Next is serological test. We have number 1, Napier aldehyde test. Here a drop of 40% formalin is added to 1 to 2 ml of serum. Positive test shows jellification of the milky white opacity, which is like a hard-boiled egg, within 2 to 20 minutes. Number 2, antimony test. This test depends upon the increase of serum gamma globulin. This is done by adding urea stabamine solution to the patient solution. A positive test is indicated by white flocculant precipitate. Number 3, direct agglutination test. It is a widely used serological test for diagnosis of Kala-Azar. Here the antigen used is trypsin-coated promastigoid form from culture. Positive reaction shows agglutination with the specific antibodies present in the serum. Next, come to treatment. Treatment is done by sodium antimony gluconate. It is a pentavalent antimonial compound. It acts by interfering with the mechanism of the parasite. Last is prevention and control of Leishmania donovani. It has 3 factors. Number 1 is vector control, that is reduction of sandfly population. It can be done by using insecticides such as DDT, Dieldrin and malathion. Number 2 is reservoir control. It is done by detecting the active cases and treating them. Number 3, personal care. It is done by using insect repellents. Number 3, personal care. It can be done by using insect repellents, bed nets and window mats. So students, today we have discussed about the parasite Leishmania donovani. In the next class we will discuss about another parasite. Thank you.